content may not be suitable to some audiences. Your discretion is advised. Wrestling POV's content may not be suitable to some audiences. Your discretion is advised. Wrestling POV's content may not be suitable to modern audiences. Your discretion is advised. Wrestling POV's content may not be suitable to modern audiences. Your discretion is advised. Wrestling POV's content may not be suitable to audiences. Your discretion is advised. Wrestling POV's content may not be suitable to audiences.
Tori Wilson turns 44 years old.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Good God. Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
They say age is in the neck. Knock, knock.
Mm-hmm. Who's there?
Interrupting Ric Flair.
Interrupting Ric Flair.
Woo!
Remember when you used to have the joke of the day?
Oh, man.
That's why a lot of people gun to be in WWE, because they want that famous notoriety, whatever that word is. Damn it.
Notoriety.
They want that. That one. Jesus.
Come on, Seth Rollins, you're getting full of yourself. Slow down. Tell Becky to give you your balls back, because for whatever. My ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling. Want you to look at my ding-a-ling.
I ain't looking nowhere, fool.
To license.
If you're
like
not down with that, we got 2 words for you. Shut up.
Here's your headline.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new edition of Wrestling POV. Sorry, I spit the mic. I am your host, Tony Diaz, along with Mimi is not here. Look at that. She's out on assignment. Son of a bitch. She is out on assignment, and yeah. So I'm running solo, folks. No, I'm kidding. With the third wheel, Rick Serrano the third.
Hey, people, and what the hell, man? Come
What?
on, Mimi. Why is she not here?
She's out on assignment.
DK.
She is out on assignment. The Wrestling POV president said that she needed to go and do some research on some wrestling.
No, she needs it. Enough said.
Maybe she'll win a game. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, he sent her out. There's a couple of WWE shows. She's gonna try to. She's attending them, and she's gonna try to get some interviews or some plugs or whatever. So we'll see what happens. And of course, we're missing Miguel still.
Yeah.
Still MIA. The latest tweet was kind of weird. Everybody's saying that he's probably with Ryback, which sounds about right because he's always been a huge Ryback fan. And does that make sense to you, Rick? I mean, it's weird.
Last we heard, he was in Toronto, in Canada, trying to cross the border. He started in Vegas, and that's where Ryback is. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
But what's fucked up is that some people were blaming us.
Yeah.
Like it was our fault. Like, wait, what?
We didn't do anything wrong to him.
We didn't do anything. He's a grown-ass man. He makes his own decisions. And, I don't know what else to tell you.
He spent his plane ticket money. It wasn't our fault.
And that's his own fault. Exactly. All right.
But the thing that bothers me, Tony, is that without him being here and without Mimi being here, next week I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be gone for a couple weeks. I'm going to Spain.
Damn.
Yeah, trying to get some Wrestling POV love out in Spain. So if you're in Spain, you want to holla at me, holla at me.
There you go.
Yeah.
Maybe he might do a quick interview on why do you love Wrestling POV.
Exactly.
He might find somebody, and you know what? He'll broadcast that shit on the air, or he might post it on our Facebook page. There you go. Look at that. You see how that is? All right. All right, we got some few things happened this week in the week of wrestling. We had some arrests. We had some comments. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? We got SummerSlam coming up in 2 weeks.
3 weeks?
3 weeks? Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
That to me, that's a quick turnaround for SummerSlam. Isn't it or no?
No, it's definitely a quick turnaround. 4 weeks to build stories, and you wasted a week this past week.
Yeah.
what the hell can you do?
I don't know. To me, it's just weird. I like, at least for SummerSlam, at least they, had a long turnaround time to build shit up. I mean, I don't know. This is just, for me, when they said, yeah, in 3 weeks, I'm like, wait, what? Oh shit. Well, all right, whatever.
I mean, it's hot enough. I mean, for the hottest part of the summer, it's been hot. This heat wave is killing me over here.
Yeah. Well, and here in New Mexico, we're nice and cozy. It's been in the hundreds, but we don't have the humidity, so we're good. My hair's not frizzy. It's not doing the poof.
Yeah.
All right. So,
well, speaking of SummerSlam, I'm glad you brought it up because Wrestling POV pay-per-view points game, SummerSlam is one of the major pay-per-views, and you know what that means? We're gonna have a giveaway.
That's right. You guys forgot about that? God, man. What's wrong with you people?
We're going to have the mystery box giveaway.
Yes.
So whoever comes in first place that is not represented by Wrestling POV will win the mystery box.
Yep.
What could it be? We don't know. It's a mystery.
Yeah, that's why it's called that. And there's no choosing. There ain't going to be no choice, people. You're getting the box. Damn it. Anyway.
I know, Clay Cummings, $50 man.
I know, Matt, right? Was the $50 man himself. That son of a bitch. Anyway. But we still love you, though.
Yeah.
Keep listening to the show, will you? All right. All right, so you know what? Let's get on with the show. We have the Facebook poll and hater comment. I mean, was there? I didn't see any hater comments on here. But Rick, take it away on what this. Yeah, we'll go over. Just take it away what the poll was about.
All right. So last week, our good friend Nick Opalewski asked us to watch the Raw Edition episode from May 17th, 1993. And when I asked him straight up. I said, "What's so special about this episode?" He's like, "The whole thing." And I was just like, "Okay, I'll watch this whole episode of Raw." From May 17, 1993. Sure, why not? And we watched it, and it was pretty interesting, I have to say. So we put up a poll, and we asked, does this episode of Raw, can this stand in today's day and age? And you, the fans, voted, and let's go over what happened on this episode. So on this episode, they open up, first of all, we have Macho Man, Vince McMahon, and Bobby the Brain Heenan on commentary. Already winning.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing of it is, though, what strikes me is that we've had so many conversations about commentary teams and stuff like that, and who's the best commentator team out there, and I think we did a poll on it too on several occasions, and I think the majority vote was Bobby Heenan. No, I'm sorry, I think it was JR and
King.
The King. But I always forget that Randy Savage also did commentary.
Yep.
I forget that, and I'm just like, when you mentioned, I was like, no, he didn't. He was a commentator, and it blows my mind.
As well as Piper. Piper was also a commentator for a little while.
He didn't do it that long, did he?
No, he did it for a couple. Him, Mr. Perfect did it for a couple of times and stuff like that.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, so they opened up the show with HBK doing an interview, and he was attacked by Mr. Perfect. This was shown from the week before, and this is already a good thing where you're implementing what happened the week before so that you're like, oh, okay, so that's what happened last week. I felt like, okay. Right. Then they had the new tag team of the Smoking Guns fighting up against a pair of jobbers. And basically just have Billy Gunn and Bart Gunn go over and show off what they can do. So that was a quick 5-minute match. Then we had Vince McMahon interview in the ring Shawn Michaels, the Intercontinental Champion. And Shawn Michaels like, well, I will defend my title against anybody, anywhere, anytime, blah, blah, blah. And some hooded man comes into the ring, and it's Marty Jannetty. Yeah. And Shawn Michaels like, no, I didn't mean you. And Vince was like, aren't you a man of your word? You said you're a man of your word. And later on, we have an Intercontinental title match between Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty. Next up, we had Razor Ramon versus the Lightning Kid. And this is the one where Lightning Kid becomes the 1-2-3 Kid as he beat Razor Ramon. Which was,
but you might have to explain who the 1-2-3 Kid is.
Which is X-Pac, if you don't know. Now you know. I mean,
now you know.
X-Pac went through a number of names during these couple of weeks. He was the Lightning Kid, I think the Cowabunga Kid or something like that.
I think,
and
yeah.
And then he ended up winning the match, and they started calling him the 1-2-3 Kid. And that stuck with him for a while. Next up, we had the undefeated Tatanka up against Scott Taylor, and Tatanka ended up winning. We then had a King of the Ring report with Mean Gene Okerlund, who was talking about the first ever King of the Ring tournament. And for those of you that don't know, Bret Hart won the first one. That was a couple of weeks later. Then we had Kamala versus Yokozuna, which is two behemoths going head-to-head. Yokozuna ends up picking up the win. And the main event, we have HBK versus Marty Jannetty for the Intercontinental title. Marty Jannetty picks up the win off of the distraction from Mr. Perfect. And Marty Jannetty becomes the Intercontinental Champion. Now, that was a hell of an episode of Raw. I loved it from beginning to end. The action wasn't that great. I'll put that out there. That was basically just to put guys over.
Right.
But the main event between Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty, good 13-minute match. Whenever you have the Rockers together, it was always good.
Yeah, it was. It definitely was. Now, let me ask you a question, though. Was this Raw an hour?
It was only an hour, yeah.
Wow, and they fit all that in. I mean, seriously. I mean, to have all of that stuff and matches and shit like that, I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot, man, to fit in an hour.
And the best part of it all is that they were telling a story. They were moving things along. You know, hyping up the Smoking Guns. I think this was like their second or third match against the Jobbers, and Bobby Heenan was saying, well, when they go against teams like the Legion of Doom and Natural Disasters, what are they going to do then? And it's like, yeah, you know what? Well, I would love to see that. When is that going to happen? And then
the thing is, though, I think this episode was more known because of the 1-2-3 Kid defeating Razor Ramon.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, with all these other matches, honestly, I didn't remember that Marty Jannetty beat Shawn Michaels to win the IC belt. I didn't remember that.
See, I remember that.
If you would have told me that, I would have been like, "There's no way he beat Shawn Michaels."
Yeah.
You know, because for me, it wasn't memorable. You know, I didn't remember. It wasn't that memorable as far as what happened when the 1-2-3 Kid defeated Razor Ramon. That was a huge deal.
Of course,
everybody knows that. You know what I'm saying? But for that, I mean, even, you know, and there's no disrespect to any of these talent, but even with Yokozuna versus Kamala.
Yeah, that I didn't remember at all.
I didn't even remember that. I thought Kamala was done wrestling from them, you know? So, I mean, the major question of this poll was, can the May 17th, 1993 episode of Raw hang with wrestling from today? Compared to a 3-hour Raw show? Rick, what are your thoughts first?
See, I honestly, first of all, I don't know if it's the nostalgia, and we'll go over nostalgia when we go over Raw. But for me, I just love the storytelling. You know, I love the characters.
Right.
The characters definitely was a big thing for me. And watching it again, I was like, wow, you know, this is pretty cool. So I was really into the storytelling and the characters more than anything. So honestly, I could sit through a 3-hour show of that. Honestly, today I think it would do well. That's my POV with it. I really enjoy it.
That's a lot of matches within an hour.
True.
That's a lot of matches, and think about it too. You know, NXT. You know, they're an hour show, and they never come close to this many matches or storytelling.
Yeah,
and they're good.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm gonna read some comments. Ray Spalding says Scott Taylor. We all know that guy, and it was only 1 hour. All right. I mean, who was? I don't even remember. I don't even know. I don't know what he looks like.
Tatanka's bitch. That's what he looks like.
Rob Campbell, he says, not enough flips for most fans. Damn. But back then they didn't need it.
No, and Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels were the flippers back then. Yeah.
Pretty much. Now, our top fan, Matt Novak, he says the actual wrestling isn't as good as then, but pure show, and also the fact everyone would always look at the show with rose-tinted glasses. Due to the nostalgia, it can hang with today's product. Okay. All righty.
All right, fine.
And then you commented. You said, thanks to Nick. I can't say that last name. We were discussing. Oh, yeah, you just mentioned it. We're going to talk about it on this week's show. Wade Conrad. He said, no different era. People somewhat cared about the talent, and the show wasn't overproduced. I got to agree with that. Rob Campbell. Did he comment on something else?
Yes,
on another, he did,
yeah.
right? This son of a bitch. He just wanted to get his name said. All right. He says no, because there's not enough flips for the fans now. Pretty much what he said earlier. God dang, son of a bitch. All right, in my opinion, I don't know, man. I mean, to try to compare to today's wrestling, I think it's not fair. And the reason why I say it's not fair is because all these matches, these are, except for Scott Taylor, but these were legit good matches, you know? And the Smoking Guns match. Jesus. Glenn Ruth, isn't that the Headbangers?
I have no clue.
It could be. Because the Headbangers, one of the Headbangers' name is Glenn Ruth. Anyway, yeah, try to compare this or to hang with today's wrestling, I'm not going to really answer it, but to say that it's not fair to try to compare that to I mean, it's like comparing probably the greatest match of all time between Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Macho Man at WrestleMania 3, comparing that to the Cody Rhodes and versus Dustin Rhodes match. Is it fair to compare those two?
Oh, hell no.
No, you because you just can't. You know, I mean, that match in itself, and I'm talking about the Ricky the Dragon. Jesus Christ, I'm all over the place.
Unleash the Dragon.
And Macho Man, I mean, that match in itself, that's history. You know, this program right here, this is history, and you can't compare it to nothing. You just can't. You know, it's like somebody debating if a Lamborghini gets I don't know, a 1971 Camaro could withstand a Lamborghini. You just can't compare because of the nostalgic value. So I can't. It's just hard for me to answer. The poll results were 69% said yes, while 31% said no.
I mean, even though I agree with the 69%, I'm really shocked. And I'm really glad. That means that era of wrestling was appreciated. You know, I feel like a lot of people go to the Attitude Era as the best era, and it's just nice to know that there are people out there that, hey, you know what? This was good wrestling. This was good storytelling, you know?
Right.
So it's that's awesome to see 69% say that.
Well, yeah, and I'm glad to see that too, you know, because at least we know that people respect the history of Raw, I guess. Now I have to read this. So I think the hater comment should go to that one guy that kept.
Yeah, Rob Campbell, who kept repeating himself.
Jesus
hater
Christ.
comment.
He's got
Rob
hater
Campbell.
comment of the week. All right, now I wanted to read this because you posted about Miguel's tweet. Stating that sitting here alone ever since the big guy left, I still hear the children laughing though. Hashtag lone puppet. Now, Elio Canella, those of you who don't know, he works at our sister station of Wrestling POV Global, along with TJ Logan. Those guys are just tearing it up over there. I don't know why I yelled that. But Elio Canella responded, and he said, well, see, I thought the same until I was at this boring picnic today, and I saw some guy who looked like Ryback. The fuck, man?
I don't know. He's drinking again.
What is wrong with him?
He doesn't
drinks
stop
on
drinking.
The show. You know, he's sending drunk tweet or messages on here.
He's
Get it
styling and
together, Elio.
profiling.
He is, too.
Apparently, he hooks up with 2-3 women at a time.
I know. What the hell is up with that fucking stud muffin?
Studley do-right.
Studley do-right? All right. So the other post was by you because you posted about AJ Styles, Carl Anderson, and Luke Gallows. They have a new name, the OC. Why'd you post this, Rick?
They joined the cast of the OC. That's what I was thinking. I mean, they said OC about 30 million times. So I just thought it was a new season of the great show, The OC. California.
Yeah. Oh my God. Eric Cruz says they're the original characters of pro wrestling. That was stupid. Josh Sanders says they needed a name and logo and entrance song for the OC. Needs to take a note out of all the Great Stables book. Ron Bates, he posted a GIF and said, "Gay."
Not there's anything wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. All right, so it's just funny. I mean, you posted a picture with the OC and Gallows, Anderson, and AJ Styles. It was just too funny. I think that's it for the Facebook poll.
Yeah.
And again, if you guys have any thing that you want us to do as a poll, and that way we can discuss it on the show, just go ahead on our Facebook page and put it on there. All right. And then we'll talk about it. We'll do a poll and see if you're right or wrong. And I'll tell you, Josh Sanders, and I tip my hat off to him because, you know, he had an issue and he put it out there. He didn't get the results that he wanted to, but, you know, again, you know, he put it out there and we talked about it. And look what happened.
He was a loser.
You know, he lost, but he was a good sport.
Still a loser.
Jesus Christ, right? Your first win in what, 3 years?
We don't need to talk about that.
So I mean, just like Josh Sanders, if you want to put it out there, look what happened. We made a big deal about it, and at the end results wasn't what he wanted, but you know, the people spoke, and that's why we do this show, because it's everybody's different point of views, and that's what makes us great. So, all right, so to go further, we must do the wrestling news from around the world. Take it away, Rick.
All right, and before we do that, let's get into some birthdays. All right, Dolph Ziggler. It should have been me. Turns 39 years old.
Jesus. 39. Wow, he's getting up there. How much time do you think he got left?
5 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Finn. Well, I mean, he's, you know, and I got to tip my hat out to Dolph, because there's not a lot of wrestlers out there that that can do life outside of wrestling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he's one of them. So I tip my hat off to him.
All right, and Finn Balor turns 38 years old.
Finn Balor, 38?
Yeah.
Ooh, he's climbing up there too.
Yes, he is.
Wow.
Triple H turns 50. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and apparently they're throwing a big birthday party for him, and Scott Hall and all those guys, X-Pac, they're all going to his house, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, it's funny, too, because Scott Hall and X-Pac were talking. X-Pac's got a podcast, too. I forgot what it's called, but I was listening to it, and Scott Hall was on there, and he asked Scott Hall, he goes, yeah, you going to Hunter's birthday bash this weekend? And he was like, yeah, I bought my ticket. He goes, wait, this weekend? He goes, I thought it was next weekend. And then X-Pac was like, no, it's this weekend, man. He goes, shit, I bought the wrong plane ticket.
Oh, Scotty.
I was like, Jesus, man. More on him later on, too.
Yeah, Tori Wilson turns 44 years old.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Good God. Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
They say age is in the neck.
Jesus Christ.
All right. And last but not least,
terrible.
Shawn Michaels, HP Shizzle, turns 54 years old.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
He looks bad.
Yeah, he does.
You know, I wanted to talk about this a little bit. Speaking of bad,
Yeah.
Marty Jannetty is in a bad place, and Shawn Michaels is kind of worried about him. You know, Shawn Michaels found Jesus again, and I wish he would tell everybody else where he is. He's been gone for 2,000 years. But HBK, it's like turned his life around. No more drugs, no more all that stuff.
Alcohol.
And but Marty Jannetty is still partying like crazy. And
but not only is he still partying, man, he's got some mental issues, man.
Yeah.
Bad.
It's
I mean,
scary, man.
Very scary. Like there was one where he was making comments about his daughter.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna repeat what he said because it was so disgusting. But I was like, Marty, dude, what is wrong with you, man?
You were the good one.
Yeah, you were the good guy out of the group, man. We expect to hear that from Shawn Michaels, and then look at he found Jesus. He found the Lord.
Yeah. So,
he found God.
good.
Found the
right.
God.
So that's all I got for the birthdays. Let's get into the wrestling news from around the world. All right, and the only news I have is probably the biggest news of the week, and we're going to discuss it a little bit more later on in the show. Jimmy Uso gets arrested again with another DUI.
Yeah.
And what bothers me most about this is WWE's response. Again, it's the same exact thing. Jimmy Uso is responsible for his own actions. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. That's part of the hot tag news that we're going to discuss in a little bit. So I'm going to hold my comments till then. So that's it.
That's all I got.
Okay, so let's go straight on to the rumors. Rumor has it that the Fox is in talks to get NXT on FS1.
Wow.
So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing because not a lot of people has FS1.
Well, the other issue is now you're going to have to make that a 2-hour show.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying. And if you make that a
really?
2-hour show, then you're really trying to go head-to-head with AEW.
Oh, shit, that's right, because they're still going to air on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to. Holy shit. All right, so for whatever it's worth, local advertising for Hell in a Cell in October, it says that 2 of the matches on there is going to be Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton and Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre.
Ugh.
So if that's true, they're really going to drag Kofi and Randy for the next 3 months?
That's crazy.
After SummerSlam? That's insane.
Yeah.
Or 2 months.
Kofi needs to go away.
He does.
He needs to reinvent himself.
Not just the fact of reinventing himself. It's the New Day. They're too... I mean, for me, it's like, you know when you hear the same knock-knock joke, no matter how funny it is, eventually you'll start to say to yourself, I heard that one already. I heard it already. That's what's happening with New Day. They've been doing this comedy skit for how long now?
Yeah.
And it's getting at the point to where it's like, oh my God, again?
Well,
I got again.
I got one for you, Tony.
Go.
Okay? Knock knock.
Mm-hmm. Who's there?
Interrupting Ric Flair.
Interrupting Ric Flair.
Woo!
Remember when you used to have the joke of the day?
Oh man.
And it got canceled.
Yeah. Next up on the rumors.
But you know what I'm saying, though? It's at the point to where it's like, it's not the fact of him reinventing himself. It's the fact of the biggest thing that everybody's waiting on is to have Big E turn on Kofi.
Yeah.
That's because for me, it's like, all right, now the whole New Day is reinventing themselves. Big E will be a heel. He's going to have this program with Kofi, which I definitely would be interested in. And Xavier Woods, I wouldn't worry about him because he's so talented. He can go in the chase for light with Shinsuke, you know, in the IC belt. That would be a program I would like to see. You know, they keeping these guys, and I know Vince, he sees dollar signs in merchandise, and that's all he cares about. So New Day, and I tip my hat off to New Day too. They're slick. They keep doing dumb shit that makes Vince laugh, and the crowd is like, "Oh my God, that's so awesome!" And look what happened. They came up with Bootios. When was the last time they even said Bootios?
They don't.
It's been a while.
Yep.
So when they were doing it, they had T-shirts. They had a box of. They made a cereal box with a T-shirt in it. Then they actually had the cereal, and it was out in stores. They tried pushing ice cream, but that didn't quite work. Nope. So they went to pancakes. You know what I'm saying? And then now, I mean, I haven't really seen anything with pancakes advertised, you know, as far as food goes. But the thing of it is, you know, they're smart, and I give them credit. But it's, for me, as an adult, watching wrestling for so many years, it's like it's done. I'm done with it. Stop. You know, so reinvent. I think they all need to reinvent. But the biggest thing for me would be to have Big E turn on Xavier. That's what needs to happen.
Yeah.
So, last rumor. There's been some word making the rounds that Daniel Bryan could be moving to 205 Live, and that has a lot to do with his announcement from being teased from what everybody is saying.
What?
So
that makes no. So Eric Rowan's out of a job again? Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much. Yeah.
He's just gonna grab the cruiserweight title right off the bat because there's way Daniel Bryan loses to Drew Gulak.
No. The only way Eric Rowan will have a job, in my opinion, is if they bring back Luke Harper.
Yeah.
And I think I wasn't sure about this, but from what I heard was that Luke Harper he accepted the contract extension or some shit like that. So I don't think he's going anywhere.
Wow.
But for some reason, Vince doesn't like him. I don't know why. It's weird. So that is all I got for the rumors. Rick, what do you got for injury?
I got nada.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so with that being said, we're going to go straight into the hot tag news. Of course, this week, if you heard Rick earlier mention that Jimmy Uso arrested for DUI. My man. Now, Rick, what did the WWE say about this?
They said that Jimmy Uso is responsible for his own actions.
Yeah.
What a joke.
Do you agree? I mean...
No, I don't agree. That is just horrible. First of all, wasn't it Alicia Fox that had to go to rehab?
I don't know. But I know, the thing of it is, like, I know the WWE, like, if somebody has, like, a drinking problem or a drug problem, the one thing I'll give a lot of credit to WWE is that they send them to rehab on their dime. So, with that being said, I mean, because they helped Scott Hall, they helped Jake the Snake, they helped a few others, Dan Spivey, Jim Neidhart. They helped a lot of people on their dime, you know. So, as much as everybody hates on WWE, you know, they do take care of their people. Would like to see healthcare involved, but it's a whole different story. But anyway, if you bring up Jimmy Uso and this DUI, you also have to bring up Jeff Hardy too.
Oh, of course.
Jeff Hardy was recently arrested for
Again.
disorderly conduct or something like that due to alcohol. Or was it DUI?
No, he was drunk on the streets.
Yeah. So but just about the same thing. He's a public figure out there drunk. Now, granted, you know, I have nothing against people who drink. I drink. I drank on the show. But these guys are public figures, and the one dangerous thing, and Jimmy's no exception to it, is that DUI is a dangerous thing, you know? And this isn't the first time he's been arrested, you know? I mean, this is a hard thing to touch on because you got Jeff Hardy who's done it. Now, my question is, and Alicia Fox, you know, those are the three reasons that I can think of. Now, you have to think about this too, and this is where my question lies. How much is too much for the WWE to let go?
Yeah.
Because nothing's going to happen to him. Think about it this way. When he first got arrested for DUI, he won the tag strap that week later. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if these guys end up winning, I mean, do you think that WWE's turning a blind eye to this?
Oh, absolutely. I absolutely agree that they're just turning a blind eye because it's the Usos. You know, a while ago, Jeff Hardy got suspended. He got fired from WWE for these drugs issues that he was having. Alicia Fox had to go to rehab, you know. Arn Anderson lost his job for allowing Alicia Fox to go to the ring intoxicated. When is enough enough? The Samoan bloodline cannot be the only reason why these guys get over.
So now I'm going to play devil's advocate, though. What about what happened to Swan? What's his name?
Rich Swann?
Rich Swann. And his case was dropped. What about Enzo? His case was dropped.
That's
true.
You know,
and he lost his job over it. You know, I mean, I'm not saying one is worse than the other or one is better than the other, but to me, if the law is involved, it should be the same flat.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, unless it was an accident or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, and I get it. Yeah, it was a rape case. I understand that. And WWE had to do with it. But at the same time, it was not proven. Enzo ended up being innocent. You know what I'm saying? And regardless of how I feel about Rich Swann, his wife dropped it. So did it happen? That's the case that we all have to think about, is that did it happen? But at the same time, they lost their jobs. You know, they're doing fairly well out in the indies. I think Rich Swann is still in TNA, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in MLW and TNA.
Oh, okay. And Enzo, he came out with a rap album. He did, he's been at Ring of Honor. He's doing things that, you know, he's still making money. But at the same time, I'm sorry to say this, but WWE right now is the pinnacle of wrestling. You know what I'm saying? If people are to know who you are, they will know if you were in WWE, even if it, like James Ellsworth. You know what I'm saying? He's a fucking idiot, number one.
Yes.
But what I'm saying, why I brought up James Ellsworth is, in a year or two from now, you bring up James Ellsworth, you're going to know who he is. Why? Because he was in WWE. Why? Because he was involved in the first ever Money in the Bank women's match. As much as everybody hated it, he was still involved. And everybody's going to know who he was. And he wasn't even in WWE long. You know what I'm saying? And the Braun Strowman thing where he got his ass whooped. So, you know, it doesn't matter what anybody feels about WWE. If you're on WWE, they're gonna know who you are. You know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of people gun to be in WWE, because they want that famous notoriety, whatever that word is. Damn it,
notoriety.
They want that one. Jesus.
No, it's true. Started. But the thing is, Jimmy Uso, out of all those crimes that everybody did not commit, Jimmy Uso is the one that could put his life and other people's lives in danger.
Yeah.
You're behind the wheel. You can take somebody's life like that. Snap of a finger.
Yeah.
It's scary to think. And you know what? You got to get him in rehab. I don't care whose son he is. I don't care what family he is.
He does need rehab. And this ain't the first time he's done this. This ain't the second time that he's done this. He's done this way before.
Yeah.
He's got a drinking problem. Send his ass to rehab. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter who the fuck he is.
And rumor has it that his marriage is at stake as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. But see, now, the thing is that, all right, here's Jimmy Uso. He let's just say he accepts the fact that he needs to go to rehab. You know, what's going to happen to his brother? They're going to put him in singles? They're not going to do that.
Can't do that.
You know?
So you're ruining two people's careers.
Exactly. Because even when I think
when one of them got injured, I think it was Jay that got injured.
Yeah. And they didn't put the other one out there to wrestle singles. They didn't. They were like, no, you guys are a team. So one gets hurt, both of you get hurt. It's like, damn. Good God.
But can you imagine one Uso by himself?
I would.
You think it would be good?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Anyway, Josh Sanders, he says he needs to go to rehab and get help. WWE is so patient with him. But the thing of it is, it's not just him. You know? It's not just him. It's a lot of people that, you know, that everybody is. It's like, I don't know what it is. No idea. Anyway, so that's it for that. I mean, if you guys have more comments about it, just put it on our Facebook page, please. Yes. But now the other thing, before we go into Raw, I just wanted to talk about this real quick, and then this will be, I think this will put it as a post, and you guys can comment, and we'll read it off next week. Now, Seth Rollins, he made these comments towards AEW, and he was making comments towards what's his name?
Will Ospreay.
Will Ospreay, and we talked briefly about it a couple weeks ago. Now, I gotta ask you, do you think that he's getting way over his head?
Oh, he is so full of shit, man. I can't stand him anymore. He is horrible, man, and the fans are starting to get behind that. Of not standing him.
I've been noticing that too lately. But do you think he's right of saying what he said though?
No,
I don't. AEW.
I don't think he should be.
This boy.
He's making himself look bad. Yeah. If you're better than everybody else, then you shouldn't have to talk about anybody else. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
You know,
you never seen John Cena do that.
No.
Never.
No.
Never. And a lot of people didn't like him.
No, and if you're on top of the mountain, who the hell are you talking to? If you're all alone and you're not afraid of nobody, why are you talking down to the lesser than people, right? And I put that in air quotes because I don't think they're lesser than Seth Rollins in any means. I mean, they're just in a worse company than the WWE. I mean, WWE is a juggernaut. You're not gonna beat that. But come on, Seth Rollins, you're getting full of yourself. Slow down. Tell Becky to give you your balls back because for whatever reason, ever since they announced this relationship, you feel like you're a big bad motherfucker. And the problem is, you got your woman standing in front of you. Not that there's anything wrong with that, because I stand behind my woman all the time. So, it is what it is. You know, as long as you accept your role as the second man. But you want to be the man. But you are the man's man. And remember that, sucker.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I think... I guess what I'm trying to say is put yourself in his shoes and you did those comments. How would you back that up? You know what I'm saying? How
the way you back that up. All right. This is how you back it up. You put on 5-star matches.
Seth Rollins now.
Yes.
You're in his shoes and it's not that you didn't tweet it. No, you did tweet it.
If I did
how
that,
are you going to back it up?
I gotta put on 5-star matches every single time I go out there. I gotta give
time.
A+ promos every single time I go out there. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I don't care who I'm fighting, who I'm talking about. Everything is gonna be A++.
Yep.
The problem with Seth Rollins is he's not doing that.
Right.
You can't talk the talk and not walk the walk. Mm-hmm. You know, he's messing up right now. He's making himself look stupid. He's making, you know what he's doing? Right now, he's looking churlish.
What?
And he belongs in the churlet.
He does. He does. Showing his pee-pee and all that.
Yeah, his little pee-pee.
Little ding-a-ling. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. School bell ring.
My ding-a-ling. My ding-a-ling. Want you to look at my ding-a-ling.
I ain't looking nowhere, fool. Anyway, so... yeah, my question to everybody else out there, too. Put yourself in Seth Rollins' shoes, and you did put out those tweets. How do you back it up? Rick says that he has to perform at 100% every time and throw 5-star matches, which is really rare here at Wrestling POV, so it's got to be good. So I want to know. Post it on our Facebook page. We're going to talk about it next week. So right now we're going to go straight on to Raw notes. Start it with John Cena. Funny thing is, he came out to a good pop.
Yes, he did.
Finally.
I'll tell you this. I watched the movie Blockers with John Cena. It was pretty funny.
He was pretty funny, and I did like that movie.
Yes, it was a pretty good movie.
He did some things I never thought he would do, number one. And number two, he did do good. I can't take that away from him. He, like I said earlier, very, very few people in wrestling can't do wrestling and act at the same time. They just can't. It's hard.
If you had to rate the wrestling actors between Hulk Hogan, The Rock, and John Cena, how are you going?
As far as who's better?
Who's the best actor? Yeah.
The Rock.
The Rock?
The Rock, John Cena, and Hogan. Hogan was just terrible.
You thought so? I love Mr. Nanny.
Oh, my God, yes. Freaking Roddy Piper did better than Hulk Hogan did. And Roddy only did, what, 1 or 2 movies? Or 3 movies, actually. He did that old one when I was a kid.
Mr. Nanny was good, though.
Oh, come on. Jesus Christ. No, he's terrible. I think The Rock buries all of them.
All right. If you put Mr. Nanny against the Tooth Fairy, who wins?
Tooth Fairy.
What?
I can't stand Hogan's acting. He is terrible. Terrible. Ugh. All right. So, but no, I give John Cena credit. You know, came out, nice big pop. Usos came out, wanted to do a little rap battle, and then you're doing it to the wrong dude, man. I'm sorry to say, John Cena, the one thing I always give him that is when it came to doing rap, He can diss with the best of them, and he dissed Jimmy Uso so damn hard about his arrest that it actually came true.
Yeah.
So anyway, Rikishi came out. Then the Revival came out with Devon Dudley, which for me was a little bit weird without Bubba Ray.
Yeah, Bubba Ray was invited but turned it down.
He turned it down, yeah. But, I mean, you know why Devon was there, though, right?
Yeah, he's a producer.
He kind of works there.
Yeah.
So they're getting ready to do a match, and Booker T comes out for commentary. Then it was a match with the Usos.
The Usos.
The Usos with Rikishi versus the Revival and Devon. Now, at the beginning, it was weird because I thought that this was going to be a 6-man tag. It ended up not being a 6-man tag. I'm sitting here and I'm just like, wait a minute. Come to find out that a lot of the legends that were there wasn't cleared.
Yeah.
It's like, shouldn't you have done this a while ago?
Exactly.
Oh,
First of all, Rikishi looked bad.
Yeah.
He barely could walk. I was just
Yeah.
like, what is going on with Rikishi? Just didn't make a lot of sense to me. You're like,
No.
This guy's not clear to be out there. Why have him out there? Didn't dance.
true.
No stink face.
No,
Nothing.
and they were going to.
Yeah.
They were going to do the stink face, but he wasn't cleared. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. To do a stink face, you got to get cleared for that? Anyway, now I'm going to say this. This match between the Usos and the Revival, for me, it had a bit of an indie show feel in a good way. Which I was just like, I don't know why. I don't know if anybody agrees with me on it, but it did. It had not an old school feel, but it had an indie feel to it. I did like this match. I did. The nostalgic value was there. The Usos, I mean, they just throw a good match anyway. The Revivals, they're good. And I hope that they don't hold back because of this whole contract thing. But we'll see. The winners were Usos, so go ahead.
Which I don't agree with. How are you having your tag team champs lose again? They just beat them at the pay-per-view. And now you have them losing to them. Are we going to have another rematch? Raw has no tag teams, man.
That's what's going to end up happening. It's going to be another rematch at SummerSlam. And I think this time the Usos are going to take it, unfortunately.
Yeah. I rated this whole thing from beginning to end of the match a 2.5.
I gave it a 3.5 beginning to the end of this match. I just thought it was good. The diss with John Cena, the match was pretty good. It was good to see Rikishi come out, and it's good to go. Now, speaking of not Rikishi, but it just popped in my head. If you guys noticed that, actually, we'll repost it on our Facebook page. We have created a page that's called Storm WWE Headquarters, Vince Can't Stop Us All. Please go ahead and like that page.
Yes.
It is the funniest shit that you'll ever see. There is no intent by it. Actually, you know what? Let's post a date just to make shit crazy. We'll post a date when this is going to happen. Come and join in the fun. This is a big, as they say in the wrestling business, this is a big rib. That's all this is. We're not really going to do it, but we'll post a date. What's a good date? We'll say
5th of February.
We'll say October. No, we'll do November.
Okay.
We'll do November 10th is good. I don't know. Yeah, that's when it'll happen. But we won't post a year.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just post the date. Just spread the word. Share that page too, man.
A bunch of guys
have some funny stuff. Funny stuff. We got the Big Show joining us. We got Scott Steiner, which I don't want him there, but he's going to come anyway.
Sid Vicious, maybe.
Sid Vicious. I think he forgot already about it.
No Way Jose.
No Way Jose. Leo Rush. We got a lot of
EC3.
people joining. EC3. So join in on the fun. Go ahead and like that page. We'll post it up on our page too. All right. So then in the back, they showed Tori Wilson, Santino. Caitlyn appeared with Alicia Fox and Dana Brooke.
Yo, Caitlyn got 0 pop.
She did, man. I felt so bad for her because she wears my shirt too. I was hoping to see it on there, but it wasn't on there. Yeah, she did. She got 0 pop, so I was just like, I feel so bad. Anyway, Drake Maverick wins the 24/7 title. There was an appearance by the Godfather. I bit my tongue when he was like, it's time for the whole train, but he didn't say that part. He let the fans say it.
Yeah, listen, don't get me wrong. I love Papa Shango. Godfather is not a freaking legend. I hate that. I really, really hate this whole Godfather thing. I don't know why they keep bringing him back.
The reason why is because he has that one catchphrase that everybody knows.
And
it's
you're gonna
time
have
for the whole and that's what they like.
So let's disrespect the women. And Charlie Caruso dancing. Yeah, I'm a hoe. Come on.
But the bad part about it is that I agree with you because Papa Shango was that character that's similar, so don't get twisted out there, that had the same characteristics as a Bray Wyatt of today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the boogeyman of yesteryear. So back then, our Bray Wyatt was Papa Shango.
Yep.
He was a scary motherfucker. But the voodoo is like, ooh, that's scary. Oh my goodness. But so I agree with you. For me, Papa Shango stuck out more than fucking the Godfather.
And what do you think about Alicia Fox being considered a legend now?
Man, way too soon, man. I was like, what? There's no way Alicia Fox is a legend. I'm sorry. 10 years from now? Yeah, sure, why not?
I mean, to be fair, Kelly and Tori haven't been waited 10 years.
And I agree with you on that, too. All right, so Drew McIntyre versus Cedric Alexander. There was no contest. I dug it. I know where they're going with this, so we'll see. But it's got to end at SummerSlam. They can't go no more with it. Drew has got to go for the title.
Yes.
One of the things, even though I had no problem with Brock winning, but at the same time with him winning, throws back Drew a few steps back. So even though I do like what's going on here, it's kind of like, all right, it's different, okay? I only gave it a 2 because it was different. So we'll see where they go.
I actually gave it a 3 because I was impressed with the whole I'm going to destroy you, Cedric thing. I mean, That was a crazy bump on the apron. But I gave it a 3. I really enjoy when Drew is a monster.
Yeah, exactly. And he needs to be done with Shane, too. He can't be hanging around Shane. Stop.
Yeah,
it's enough.
Move on.
Boogeyman, he made an appearance on the show. Scared the shit out of Drake. Now, do you consider Boogeyman a legend?
No. No. I mean, he's a friend of the show. Don't get me wrong. But I mean,
actually, a lot of these legends are friends of the show. Here we are dissing them. Jesus Christ. No, I agree. Oh, Pat Patterson, he pins Drake for the 24/7 title. Oh my God.
He wasn't even cleared.
He wasn't even cleared. Yeah, you saw how he pinned him? Put his foot on. Oh my God. When that happened, I was like, oh. But he held a record now too, I guess, for holding the hardcore title and the 24/7 title.
Yes.
78 years old.
Yeah.
Good God, man. He's the oldest champion too.
Yep.
Oldest. Where was I? Oh, and Christian shows up and does commentary. Lillian Garcia shows up to do her little ring announcing gig. It's good for her. I've always liked Lillian. Lillian.
Sorry.
The Viking Raiders versus Hawkins and Ryder. I gave this a 2.5. Decent match, but I liked how aggressive the Viking Raiders is. They're starting to step up from the jobbers.
Yep.
Kind of, I guess, but they still look good.
I gave it a 2.
Yeah, 2.5 for me. Eric Bischoff makes an appearance with the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Ron Simmons does his typical damn. So, interesting. Okay.
Stupid.
Then, Jerry Briscoe wins the 24/7 title. Then Kelly wins the 24/7 title.
I really... Listen, God. I gave this segment a 3. I love Briscoe. I always loved Briscoe more than Patterson. And you stooge.
Yeah. For me, Briscoe always reminds me of a grown-up child.
Yes.
When he smiles, you know what I'm saying? It's like too funny. All right. Then Samoa Joe, he comes out, cuts a promo. Damn good promo. This is the shit out of Roman, especially when Roman, and this is not Roman's strong point in promos, when he says, well, if you're going to say something, say it to my face. And then Samoa Joe was pretty much saying, I already did. When he said that, I was like, damn. Because I thought the same thing. The minute Roman said that, I thought the same thing. I'm like, Roman, he did already. He said it to your face. And then, of course, Samoa Joe said that, which I'm glad. I'm telling you right now, Samoa Joe is probably the best promo that WWE's got right now next to Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
It's too funny. Of course, then he goes, well, you know what happens, right? Yeah, turns into a match. So the winner was Roman Reigns. I did like it. The only thing I did not like is that Roman won.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't. I still gave it a 3 only because strong promo by Samoa Joe. The match was actually pretty good because he had a lot of offense in it. But just out of nowhere to have him lose like that, I did not like. So I don't like him being hurt.
Yeah,
he's one of the best workers they got, and they can't be herbing him like that.
Because the promo was so long, I separated the two. I gave the promo a 3. I thought it was a really good promo by Joe. Match-wise, 1.5. You cannot keep herbing Joe like this.
Exactly.
I mean,
yeah.
A spear out of nowhere, and that's it. That's all we're going to do.
Yep. Yep. But, no, I combined them both, so that's why I gave it a 3. Then up next, oh, my God, do I really got to talk about this? Miz TV with Seth Rollins. I gave
0.5.
I gave it a 1. And the only reason why I gave it a 1 is because at least the Miz was starting to show emotion. Different than before. I'm not going to go too much into this. I just hated it, especially when Seth Rollins was trying to imitate Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Awful. Rey Mysterio versus Sami Zayn. In the middle of the match, RVD shows up higher than a kite. Also with Sergeant Slaughter, which he looks like he didn't know where he was. The Hurricane. Nothing?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, just the Hurricane. And Kurt Angle, they all showed up. Winner was Rey Mysterio. Because of the Legends showed up, I gave this match a 2.5. Only because the Legends showed up.
I gave it a 1.5 because the Legends showed up and they heard Sami Zayn again.
And they did herb Sami Zayn, but the thing of it is, like I said, I liked it only because we haven't seen RVD in a long time. He's under contract with TNA, and TNA gave him permission to go. So it was good to see.
Rey Mysterio, don't ever do the 5-star frog splash again. That was disgusting.
Was terrible.
Bad.
That was terrible. If I saw him, I'd smack him for doing that. He'd probably beat me up, but that's all right. Alundra Blaze, Medusa. She attempts to throw the 24/7 title in the trash because she won it earlier. She choked out. I didn't even write it down. She choked out Candice Michelle to win the title. And she says, I ain't going to be winner for long or whatever. She attempts to throw it in the garbage. $1 Million Man, another good friend of the show, comes out and gives her blank paper because if you didn't see that it was blank paper, you're fucking blind. The first 3 were like fake bills, and then the more he kept fanning, you see the blank paper. I'm like, oh no, what are you doing? Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it, and I was just like, damn, Ted, come on.
And then what's with the 5th grade glitter on his lapel?
Yo, they said, you couldn't give him the $1 million belt. You couldn't give him the jacket, something.
Oh my God, oh my God.
Give him Virgil. Something. Virgil would have charged you $10,000 for that.
And he would have. I think Virgil still got that GoFundMe account. So $1 Million Man bought the title from Medusa. Medusa bounced with her $2. Jerry the King comes back at commentary. Then it was Seth versus AJ. DX showed up. Gallows and Anderson interfered. They all brawled. The winner, who won?
Seth won by DQ.
Oh, yeah, Seth by DQ, sorry. Road Dogg, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall with X-Pac, they all showed up. Now, I gave it a 2.5, only because it was a little bit of excitement, but they still herbed Gallows, Anderson, and AJ Styles.
Yeah, so...
I did not like the fact that Seth was the one that said it.
And you're not down with that. We got 2 words for you. Shut up. Terrible. First of all,
so bad.
this was supposed to be Ricochet's spot, but
it was,
Ricochet
but
has
he's got
like
a
an
shoulder
infection
injury.
on his elbow or something like that.
Or it's up. Yeah.
But he'll be back.
Thank
But
God.
it was just bad. Why put Seth there? Put somebody else. Put anybody else. Apollo,
Exactly.
Ali, somebody.
I got a
Not
bone.
not
to pick
Seth
with Ali.
Rollins. Seth
Yeah.
Rollins is garbage.
Yeah. Yep. So I gave it a 2.5, only because of the nostalgic value. You know.
And you know what? I'm done with DX and the Click.
You know, so am I. It's them all the time. Hunter, we get it. You run some of the things that happens on Raw, but we don't need to stop. Yeah, I'm done. I don't need to see DX for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
Next 2 years. No, I'm done. Up next, Mick Foley in the ring. Lights go out. Bray Wyatt there does the mandible claw. Question: do you think that that's going to be Bray Wyatt's new move?
I think it
The
should
mandible
be.
claw? It should be, absolutely.
I love it. And
What
you
do
know
you
what?
guys think?
So, Tony, this is my first 5 I'm giving out. This
Are
is
you
a 5.
serious?
This is a 5.
Really?
This was way better than last week. Mick Foley sold the
Wow.
hell out of that.
Yeah, he did.
Mick
He
Foley's
did.
a great seller.
He is. He always been a great seller.
And you know, it's just, come on, man. So good.
You really gave this a 5.
I gave this a 5. I
gave
really
this a
enjoyed
3.
it.
I gave
Wow.
it a 3. Yeah.
I thought it was
Yeah,
way better than
because
last week.
Because I wanted more.
Yeah.
I wanted more. I love the fact that he did do the mandible claw. Don't get
Yes.
me- and the way, I mean, you give credit to Mick Foley, but you got to give credit to Bray Wyatt too.
Yeah.
For just the way he did it was so fucking creepy, man. Oh my God. Yeah, I gave it a 3 because I wanted more. Okay. And I'm not saying I gave it a 3 out of disrespect, but no, I gave it a 3 because I wanted to see more.
Yeah.
Then there was a moment of bliss with Becky. Natalia showed up. They fought. I gave it a 2 only because they fought, and I like pull aparts.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
I gave it a 1.
If that didn't happen, I definitely would have gave it a 1. Go ahead.
I gave it a 1 because of Natalia's stinky promos. She's horrible. And I think she needs to go back in the book. It's bad.
She might go back in the book. I agree. All right. Are we putting her in the book?
Yeah, you know what? Natalia's stinky promos? You just made the book! Again.
My God. All right. Then up next, it was Braun versus a jobber. I gave it a 1.5.
0.5. I don't care.
I gave it a 1.5 only because he tossed the shit out of him a few times.
Why is he fighting jobbers?
And,
he just beat Bobby Lashley.
I think it was to kill time, to be honest.
Yeah.
I really do. Then, of course, it wasn't really a main event, but Ric Flair comes out with all the other legends. Hogan came out. And then the biggest pop of the night, you got to give it to Steve Austin. When he came out, the crowd went crazy. They made a toast. He told some stories. And, man, you know what? Steve Austin could, if he wanted to wrestle again, he can. I think the man still got it. You got to give him credit. Overall, I gave Raw, Raw was a 2.
Yes.
Wait. Yeah, Raw was a 2. It was a 2.277. So, didn't even reach the 0.5, so that's all right.
For me, overall, it was 2 stars. It was a 1.92, so I averaged up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm over this nostalgia stuff. I mean,
yeah, they gotta stop.
Even with the Stone Cold thing, man, nothing happens. He just literally went out there and you didn't put any young guys over. No. All your old guys got over on this. And this 24/7 goddamn title went back to R-Truth.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Come on, man. Ridiculous.
Yep. It is. It is ridiculous. And the thing of it is, like I said, for me, it was the whole nostalgia. Like you said, they got to stop. I mean, unless they're going to actually do something, you can't just expect them to show up and get the same reaction Steve Austin got.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't.
Undisputed Era should have been there. And they should have tore the house down.
Yes. Oh, my God. Raw's rating, I mean, but speaking of rating,
it went up.
It went up.
They haven't been at 3 million in a long time. Yeah.
What the hell?
The highest since 2018, like October. Are you kidding me?
So, but the thing of it is, so expect more legends to show up at another reunion show that they're gonna do. Ridiculous. Anyway, that's your Raw. I guess we're going to take a pause. Want to take a pause? Yeah, let's take a pause. When we come back, we got SmackDown Breakdown, NXT POV in the book. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is The Godfather, and you're listening to POV. View. Fuck, see, I just fucked that up. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is The Godfather, and you're listening to the POV podcast.
And we are back. We are back, Jack. We are back, Jack. We are back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Wrestling POV and Wrestling POV Global is affiliated with the Collar and Elbow brand. Go to collarandelbowbrand.com. Save yourself 10% by using promo code WPOV. We're not like Geico where you get 50% off every 15 minutes. No! 10% off for your final sale at collarandelbow.com. So we're not sponsoring Geico. So go to collarandelbowbrand.com, people. Buy yourself a shirt. They got hats. They got sunglasses. They got a lot of cool things. Check them out. Al Snow's a weird guy, but he's a cool weird guy. Get 10% off. He's way cooler than Ric Flair. Woo!
Damn.
Yeah, so save 10% off. WPOV. Yeah, so sucker and sucker tags. It's now time for the SmackDown Breakdown.
Are you ready?
Break it down.
Degenerate into something fool. We just got tired of doing what you told us to do. That's a break, boy. Yeah, that's a break, little man. Break it down.
I just find it funny that we just told we don't want to hear from DX for 2 years. And we're using their catchphrases and their songs.
That is true. Oh, my God. That's fucked up. It goes with the show, though, man. That's why.
Oh, God. I wonder if anybody's just like, these fucking hypocrites every week talking about DX. But we gotta listen to Bring It Down, damn it.
Every damn week we gotta hear that shit.
All right,
Sons
speaking
of
of
bitches.
having to hear this damn shit every week, we open up SmackDown with the New Day on commentary. What? All right, first things first. Our condolences out to Byron Saxton, a good friend of our show. His father passed away.
Father, yeah.
That's why he wasn't at the show.
Yep. And you know, and not just because he's a fan of the show, but I think he's a really good commentator.
Yeah, and I think he's a really good person.
And then he's a good person overall.
Yeah.
A little weird.
Yeah.
You know, he's a little odd, but so are we.
Yeah.
You know, but he is a good person. So we special shout out for you, Byron.
Yeah.
What's his name
definitely. Yeah. Breakfast sandwich.
Breakfast sandwich, Bart Simpson. Where did you are? But you know what else I just realized too? We got a lot of pull. You know that, right? We got a lot of pull with a lot of wrestlers, and I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
You know, old and new. You know, Charlotte Flair. I mean, come on,
Kurt Angle.
people. This is where you go. Kurt Angle, my buddy.
Ted DiBiase.
I'm his buddy. Ted DiBiase.
Jake the Snake. Adrian Street.
Adrian Street. You guys remember Adrian Street? Our first interview we ever done.
Come on.
It's awesome. All right.
Yeah. No, well, so Byron wasn't there. No, Bailey we didn't get an interview with. But we had yeah, of course. Byron wasn't there. Corey wasn't there. Don't know why.
He's doing a film for Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he wasn't there for that. And Shawn Michaels was supposed to do commentary.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he announced it. He's like, well, I'm going to be at Raw, but I'm also going to be at SmackDown. And he wasn't doing commentary. So that's why they had the New Day.
Even there, son of a bitch.
So I gave the New Day's opening commentary, all that. I gave that a 0.5 because that's just ridiculous. That's just ridiculous.
This was a very poor start for SmackDown. It was very poor, especially having fucking Shane. Oh, my God.
Then Shane comes out, yeah. And he says he accepts Kevin Owens' challenge, where Kevin Owens said he'll give up his job. And Shane basically showed a video of him quitting a couple of months prior. I gave that a 1. Because Kevin Owens is Kevin Owens. I love Kevin Owens. But
Yeah.
Shane's ruining wrestling for me.
He is. And you know what? And I don't know. I think I said this before, too. But at SummerSlam, it's got to end with Shane. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it
after
has
to. Dude, no more.
I mean, the stipulation
done.
has to be Kevin Owens and Shane give up their careers.
Yeah.
Right? And then
You know what
Shane
I'm
just
saying?
goes on hiatus.
And just for a tidbit, too, about SmackDown, Eric Bischoff was there, but he did not run the show.
Yeah,
he only had, and it's the same thing for Raw. Paul Heyman was there, but he didn't. He only had a say in like 2 matches, I think. I don't know which one, but he only had a say in 2 matches. Everything else was ran by Vince.
Yeah.
So, and I think it was because of the legend showing up.
Definitely.
So,
Then we had Shane backstage calling Drew the
Again.
ref, Elias the timekeeper, and he's going to be the announcer. Gave it a 1.
Yeah.
Should have gave it a 0.5.
I gave it a 1. It was too much. It was too much Shane in the first half hour of the show.
Yeah. Finally, some wrestling. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Apollo Crews. Damn good match. Shinsuke can go all day. I think he's getting better now that he's being more vicious. Apollo Crews can go all day. Really like Apollo. But I hope this is not a story between these two. I hope this is more of the aggression from Shinsuke more than anything.
Yeah.
Because remember,
Yeah.
Ali looked at the title last week. So I give this match a 3. I love the tag afterwards, showing the aggression from Shinsuke.
Yeah.
Shinsuke picks up the win. What'd you give it?
I gave it a 2.5. I
right.
did like it. I love the aggression out of Nakamura, but at the same time, it kind of showed Apollo Crews as a weaker wrestler.
Okay.
And I didn't want to see that. I really didn't. If you're gonna put Apollo Crews out there, make him look dominant. You know, then do that whole big shtick they did with Nakamura at the end. That would have been fine.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I can see that,
But
yeah.
I just think they punked Apollo Crews out again. And for me, the biggest thing, and this wasn't part of my rating, but I was so pissed off because, number one, New Day was in commentary. But then they had the nerve to say about Apollo, where are your friends at, Apollo? And I'm like, are you fucking, when he was getting his ass whooped.
Yeah.
He was getting his ass whooped, and New Day was like, where are your friends, Apollo? Where are your friends? Motherfucker, you're not a full-time commentator. How come you didn't go out and save this ass?
Exactly.
You know? That was
and
so
they've been doing the same
fucking
thing
stupid.
with Kevin Owens. I don't like him, but I hope he beats up Shane.
Yeah. Stupid.
Just don't talk.
Yeah. Don't have him out there.
Yeah.
Period.
We had Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville botch the hell out of this program, the promo
did.
backstage. Mandy Rose says, listen, I got us a title shot. And if we win that match, we get a title shot.
Yeah.
What? Mandy. Oh, Mandy.
Don't ever cut a promo again.
Just leave it to Sonya. Oh, Mandy. Oh, Mandy. 0.5. 0.5.
Yeah, that's what I gave it. I mean, when that happened, I was like, wait, what? What?
Next up, we had Ali do a video, a promo. So, what's up with Ali? You had a little something.
You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I like Ali, but this was probably the worst vignette promo I've ever seen him do.
Yeah.
I like the other ones way better. This one here, you know who he sounded like? Kofi.
Yes, he did.
Am I lying? I mean, he sounded like Kofi with the deep voice. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, Ali?
I will write my own story with a pen.
No, Vince, write your story.
And if I don't have a pen, I will use my blood.
Yeah. Well, no, use a pencil, man. There's other things out there.
Like, you don't have to go straight to blood, bro.
You don't go straight to blood, brother. I mean, there's markers out there.
Find another pen.
No, or put it in your iPhone. There's, the note page. You don't have to do that. Stop.
Well, he's too busy recording the video on his phone, so.
That's true.
But I gave it a 2. So it was like, all right.
I gave it a 1. Only because he sounded like Kofi, and I'm like, no, we're not having this. We're not doing this.
Well, speaking of not doing this, we have Miz TV with Shawn Michaels for what I don't know. Shawn should have been on commentary. I don't get why he wasn't on commentary.
This was way too long.
Way too long,
and it made no sense at all.
Not at all. Dolph comes out, and Dolph trashes Goldberg for the second straight week. Rumor has it Goldberg versus Dolph at SummerSlam.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Yeah, because the rumor was out saying it was going to be Dolph versus Shawn Michaels.
No,
but they nixed that idea.
They said Shawn is definitely not fighting. That the idea right now is Goldberg, not The Miz, Goldberg. So I'm guessing he's going to talk crap about Goldberg again, and then in 2 weeks, maybe The Miz says, and my special guest on Miz TV, Goldberg.
Yeah, or have Dolph again, and then have Dolph talk shit about Goldberg, then have Goldberg come out.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry to say, that match with him and The Undertaker probably was the worst of his career. Same thing with The Undertaker, though.
Yeah.
Same thing with The Undertaker. So, I mean, people's got to understand, they both had a bad match.
And Taker made up for it.
And Taker made up for it. So, give Goldberg a chance. He's going up against Dolph Ziggler. Roman. The Undertaker was in there with Roman and some really good talent and Drew. And he felt comfortable, and then I was glad because that was a really good match. So, people, give Goldberg a shot. He's going up. If it is true that he's going to go up against Dolph, give Goldberg a shot. I mean, seriously, because Dolph is a good wrestler, and I think he will carry that match. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely will oversell in that match.
Oh, God, yes. Are you kidding me? So, yeah, I mean, if that's true, yeah, I'm all for it, sure.
Next up, we had Ember Moon against Charlotte. And Ember Moon steals a win real quick against Charlotte. And then after the match, she throws Bayley in the ring to get attacked by Charlotte. And then
Bayley came out during the match and kind of interfered with Charlotte.
And cost Charlotte the match,
Yeah. Now, did you hear the rumors on that?
What's that?
With Charlotte?
Oh, yeah. I'll get to that in a little bit. So Ember Moon picked up the win. And she basically attacked Bayley and Charlotte with the Eclipse, and gave it a 1.5, honestly, because
I gave it a 2 because it was a different.
It was different
because Ember. You didn't expect that from Ember.
Yes, all right, I can see that, but I just don't like what they did to Charlotte. You didn't have to do that to Charlotte. You could have had You could have had Ember win clean. You didn't have to. Chump Charlotte out that quick either.
Yeah, no. I agree. This was, as much as they always building up Charlotte, and Charlotte's a good friend of the show, so we love you. But to do that to Charlotte, and that I agree with. Yeah, they could have done it probably different, a little bit different maybe. Yeah. Because, and I'm going to let you say it, though, because of what's happening to Charlotte. Yeah. Like, I thought, with all this happening, I thought Charlotte was going to be involved in this match.
No, that's what I was hoping. That didn't happen. Yeah. I was like, do not make this a triple threat match. This is Ember Moon's moment,
Yeah, you can't take that away from her, no.
Yeah. So later on, I'll get into what Charlotte was going on for her for SummerSlam. We had Kofi cut a promo and select Randy Orton to be his opponent at SummerSlam.
Which I'm mad as shit for. I'll tell you that much.
Why are you mad?
Because, number one, nothing against Randy Orton, okay? Now, Randy Orton, okay, good pick. I'm not that upset at that. What I am upset is that with Kofi, should have picked Ali. Okay. Because he replaced Ali.
True.
So the person that he should have given the shot to should have been Ali.
Wow.
That's why I'm upset.
And you're absolutely right. I didn't even think about that. You know what I was thinking? I was thinking, who's Kofi to select his opponent?
That's exactly, and it's like...
I thought maybe you have the triple threat match, Samoa Joe versus Orton versus Elias. That's a match I can get behind. That's a match where I'll be like, all right, Orton beat two really good guys, or Joe won, or Elias won. Okay, give him a title shot.
Yeah.
But what you said is absolutely perfect. I mean, if Kofi's the guy he says he is, you give Ali that shot.
Yeah.
And it's a big pay-per-view. It's SummerSlam.
Exactly. But now let me ask you a question, though. Like, let's just say they listened to us and they went with Ali. With that promo he did earlier on the show, for me, seemed a little bit heelish.
Yes.
Should Ali be a heel?
Definitely. Definitely be a heel in that aspect because the thing is, you got Kofi who's just clowning around too much. You need that darkness. You know, just like back in the day during SummerSlam, you had the light versus the dark with Macho Man's wedding and the matchup in Hell with Hulk Hogan and I believe it was Sergeant Slaughter. You know, you had bring that back. Bring the light versus the darkness back. Bring those moments back to wrestling, and I think that would have been great. And again, though, Tony, I think the problem is the timetable. It's too quick. Yeah. You can't build Ali as a heel in 3 weeks. So maybe that's why they didn't go with that.
But they could have still did something to where he attacked Kofi from behind.
Yeah.
They could have done it like that while he was out there cutting a promo. You know what I'm saying? They could have attacked him from behind, or he could have attacked Kofi from behind, and there you go. You know?
Yeah, I mean...
Quick heel turn, and everybody will still be like in awe, like, oh shit, what the fuck just happened? You know what I'm saying?
Or maybe they save it for another pay-per-view because they figure, well, SummerSlam, biggest party of the summer, one of the big fours. Yeah. We put our big legend names up on the card, like Randy Orton.
Yeah. No.
The problem is Randy Orton, I want him to win, but I don't think he's going to. I don't think...
Really? You don't think he's going to win?
I think Kofi's going to hold it
now,
until he loses to Ali. If Orton wins,
if he won?
Absolutely not. I would like it because now he's in the same... frame as Triple H as 14-time champs.
Oh, that's true too.
So
that is true. Now the thing of it is, though, I mean, I thought Randy was hurt. Number one.
Yeah, I thought so too. So that may see that's what I'm saying. So maybe it does go with the whole we need a big name on the card.
Is Randy really a big name though? Not to diss him, but
no,
he just did. But
he definitely is. And after that promo, he's like, I didn't have to fake a Jamaican accent. I didn't have to throw pancakes. I didn't have to shake my ass. I just had to be Randy Orton. And I was like, damn, that was good. Mm-hmm. And that's the only reason why I gave this promo a 2, because of Randy Orton.
Now, I gave it a 1, and I'm going to tell you why. I gave it a 1 because Kofi looked so weak in this promo. Those words you just said from Randy Orton, a good comeback from Kofi would have been suffice. You know what I'm saying? But didn't happen. Because Kofi was, for me, Kofi looked he had so much ego that he looked stupid.
Yeah.
And then Randy Orton shot his ass down with the whole, I didn't have to fake a Jamaican accent and all that other shit, that he said, which was hilarious. But it was true. And I don't know if this was scripted or they were shooting from the hip, but a good promo person, such as, and Randy's one of them. Sometimes he reads, sometimes he goes off the hip too. But, if that's shit like that's going to happen, Kofi should have been prepared for what was to come. You know what I'm saying? And get a good comeback because this whole promo, he looked weak as fuck.
Yeah. Well, he didn't look weak as fuck when he beat Samoa Joe in the next match by DQ Christ. And stood tall over Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Terrible. I gave this a 1.
I gave this a 1.5.
Yeah. Next up, we had the Finn Balor promo talking about how he got attacked by Bray Wyatt, and Bray Wyatt and the Firefly Funhouse is there, and basically saying, yeah, well, the Fiend's kind of a bad guy, and he accepts your challenge.
And I loved how they did this, though.
You got to do Demon versus Fiend. I don't accept anything else.
I won't know, and I don't think anybody else would either.
I mean, we almost had Sister Abigail versus the Demon. You better give it to us. We deserve it. I give that a 2.
I gave it a 2.5.
Yeah.
And the reason why I gave it a 2.5 is because it was creepy as fuck. Bray is like outstanding with this whole dual fucking personality thing. Now let me ask you a question though. Do you think that what kind of entrance do you think Bray's gonna have? I'm gonna tell you this much. I hope it's not a turn the lights off and then he appears in the ring. I hope it's not that.
No, I hope.
So what do you think?
Is it's the Firefly Funhouse theme and it gets warped and then it's just basically like a Psycho Sid,
yeah.
And the lights just flickering on and off as he's walking down the aisle.
Well, that whatever that thing is that they do when he's there,
perfect.
that's what it's got to be. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean,
Next.
are the lights going to be out? Is it going to be red? Is it going to be what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is it going to be similar to how he came out with the fireflies and the lantern and shit like that? You know?
Possible.
Now, what was the first? Oh, yeah. The first thing I don't like is what they should not do is turn the lights off and then have him appear in the ring. The second thing they should not do is have him come out, which I don't think they're going to do, but have him come out as the other Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
You know, him laughing and giggling, and
Or
then all of a sudden he
you
turns
can
into the
have-
Fiend.
You can have him cut a promo on the screen as Bray Wyatt in the firefight, and here is the Fiend, and then the lights go out and he's walking.
Well, that might work.
Ah,
Might work. It depends.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it, though.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people is, too, so we'll see.
Next up, we had Charlotte's promo where she's basically saying she's not fighting for the title. She's going to fight somebody better than Ember Moon, somebody better than Bayley, somebody who can stand up to her and stay in her level. SummerSlam is in Toronto, and there is a 7-time champ that is from Toronto, and her name is Trish Stratus.
Mm-hmm.
I do not want to see Trish Stratus versus Charlotte Flair.
I don't either. I don't either.
I do not want to see that. I don't know why people are hyping this up. Why do you want to see Trish in the ring? I don't get it.
To remind everybody, look at what happened at Evolution when she teamed up. She was in a tag team with Lita, and I'm sorry, I love them both. I was a big fan of theirs back in the day, but that was a bad match. That
Terrible.
was bad. Their timing was way off. It was terrible. It was terrible.
Yeah.
And churlish.
Disgustingly churlish.
Anyway. Just remember that, folks.
Yeah, just remember.
Before
I gave
you
it a
say,
2.5.
they're wrong, they're this, they're that. No. Remember the match.
I gave it a 2.5. I really liked the promo from our good friend Charlotte.
I gave it a 1.
And we can't give her ones. She's Charlotte Flair.
No. And I was taking that into consideration too, but I couldn't. I just couldn't.
The main event, Roman vs. KO, I gave it a 1. No contest. Blah, blah, blah. That's your SmackDown breakdown. I gave SmackDown a 1 star.
I gave it a 2, but the overall was a 2, but it was actually 1.7142, so I had to round it up.
Got you. Mine was like a 1.2, and it went down to a 1.
Because the Roman versus Kevin Owens, I gave that one a 2. I thought it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either.
Yeah. Next up is NXT POV Mamma Mia. All right, quickly going into NXT, we had the second round of the those young guys going in that tournament. Jordan Miles versus Angel Garza. Good match, but again, the wrong guy won.
Yeah.
Angel Garza has the whole package.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I enjoyed the match. I gave it a 2, but
that's what I gave it.
But Jordan Miles is not Angel Garza. Angel Garza has the whole package.
Yeah. I don't know what they see in Jordan Miles, to be honest with you.
No, I don't either. Johnny Gargano chooses Street Fight as his part of the first stage of Hell. Okay, again. Bianca Belair defeats Zia Lee. I thought it was all right, but I gave it a 1.5. I mean, what are they doing with Bianca Belair?
I gave it a 2.5. I like
really?
it. Yeah.
What are they doing? Like setting her up for Mia Yim after Mia Yim wins?
They probably are. Now, let me ask you a question, Rick.
Yes, sir.
With Bianca Belair, is she ready for a call-up?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, I think she got the sass. I think she has the attitude. I would love to see her, and this has done. Yes, and I would love to see her, and this has nothing to do with race.
Who?
But I think with Naomi, for sure.
That would be, yeah. That has nothing to do with race.
2 African-American females? Oh, why they gotta go against each other?
Black on black crime.
But I think they would be a good rivalry right there.
That would be a good rivalry. But they also would be a good tag team.
Yes, they would.
Against the Iconics. For them two to go after Iconics?
Oh, yeah. That
Absolutely.
would be good.
Or even her. No, I was going to say her and Ember Moon, but no. No, I would say Ember Moon by herself. She needs to be by herself. But her and Naomi would be a good team up against the Iconics. But she would also do well, in my opinion, as a singles competitor. Yeah. And that would be a feud I would like to see. I would like to see her versus Charlotte too. That
Yeah,
would be a good match.
that could work. So. Then we had Killian Dane cut a promo. All right. Mia Yim takes out Jessamine Duke. All right, I'll give that a 2. I mean, so Mia Yim is taking out these women so she can win the title, right? Against Shayna Baszler?
You would think.
I mean, it has to happen. This girl hasn't lost the title in almost a year.
Mm-hmm.
Second time. The best part of this Velveteen and Roderick Strong promo was that Pete Dunne returns.
Yeah.
And Pete Dunne is going to slide his way into this North American title match. And I gave it a 2.
I gave it a 1 because this was so damn long.
Yes, it was very long.
It was so damn long, and I lost interest in it.
Give Pete Dunne that title. Velveteen,
I think so, yeah.
I told you last week, I'm done with Velveteen. I'm not. He's losing it.
Well, and you know what? This whole segment, I agree with you on it because he lost me so much. I forgot what was going on until I saw Pete Dunne showed up.
Yeah.
You know, and then I was like, oh, okay, triple threat. Yeah, I'll take it. And you're right. They got to give it to Pete Dunne. But I gave it a 1, like I said, because I was like, okay, this is way too much Velveteen now. Stop. It's enough. Yeah, that's why I gave it that.
All right, and we had Io Shirai versus Casey Catanzaro. Casey LeRae comes out and attacks Io Shirai. I gave it a 1. She's just like her husband.
I gave it a 1.5. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not.
And for me, I'm sorry to say, and I'm not trying to be judgmental or anything, but Candice LeRae, who could she beat up? She's so fucking tiny. She's going to beat up somebody like an Io Shirai? No.
And the thing is, if you look at Casey Catanzaro, now they're almost the same build, but Casey Catanzaro is athletic.
Exactly. You know? She was in that
the American Ninja Warrior. Yeah.
So can Candice LeRae do that? You know, but that's the difference though. That's the difference between those two. You know what I'm saying? Candice LeRae, every time I see her, I'm like, and I know people, stop. AJ Lee, they're going to bring up, I'm pretty sure. She was small, she was small, but she was also very athletic, too.
Yes, and very charismatic.
Matches, very charismatic, and she did this angle where she looked like she was psycho, so you didn't want to fuck with her.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Candice LeRae, it's more, she's a goody two-shoe. You know what I'm saying? I don't see her beating up on Io Shirai. I'm sorry.
Nope.
Io Shirai should beat the shit out of her. If they obviously they are going to have a match at NXT Takeover, but Io Shirai should beat the shit out of Candice LeRae. And if it's not a one-sided match, I'm going to be upset.
Well, Adam Cole picked his match, which was a classic wrestling match.
Yep.
Terrible.
Terrible. Yeah.
And then the main event.
Make it over there.
Yeah, I know. The main event, Damian Priest defeating Keith Lee. This is how you do a main event. Gave it a 3.5. I really enjoyed this. And Damian Priest is getting that push.
Yeah.
He's going to get that push, guys.
Didn't get the win, but he is getting the push.
Yeah.
But I like Damian Priest. I'm glad they gave it to Damian Priest, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I gave it a 3. I liked it.
Overall, I gave NXT 2 stars. It was really a 1.8. But yeah, 2 stars. I think this wasn't a really good week for wrestling, honestly.
No, it wasn't. And I also gave NXT a 2. 2 stars overall. It was actually a 1.6.
Wow.
Altogether, yeah. I was shocked when I saw it. I was like,
yeah, I know.
Holy shit. And that was a good main event.
Yeah.
Better than Raw and SmackDown.
We have Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT every week on our Facebook page. You, the fans, get to vote at Wrestling POV. You guys get to vote for Raw, SmackDown, NXT, which show you thought was the best. Use the like emojis, thumbs up for SmackDown, heart for Raw, and a smiley face for NXT. Whatever vote you guys go with, if we have a tie like we did last week, we go to you guys, and you guys select which one was the best. So, this week, the fans voted. Oh, before I get into that, our overall tally right now is 8 for NXT, 5 for Raw, 2 for SmackDown. The fans voted in favor of Raw this week, 45%. Second place was NXT with 32%, and SmackDown in third place with 23%. If we go over my calculations, I also went with Raw, first place, NXT in second place, and SmackDown in third place. I think all 3 shows were bad, but Raw had a 1.9, NXT had a 1.8, and SmackDown had a 1 star. So that's where I went with it. So I went with Raw this week. Tony.
I was off a little bit with the fans. I had Raw at 2.277. I had SmackDown with 1.7142. And I had NXT at 1.6.
Wow.
But, yeah, I didn't even realize that until I looked at it now. But I think NXT was better than SmackDown. So I have Raw, NXT, and then SmackDown. But I agree with it. They were all bad.
Yeah.
But I guess Raw, because of the nostalgic value they had, and for some odd reason the ratings were all through the roof. I still can't believe that. But NXT, the only thing I liked out of that was the main event. Between all three of the shows, their main event was better.
Yeah, definitely. So
SmackDown, the one thing I loved out of SmackDown was the Ember Moon return. Hopefully. You think it's going to be a heel or no?
I think so. Or, you know what? Maybe she just be a badass. You know, she doesn't have to go full heel. She can ride the middle. I can see that. But yeah, fans, so there you go. So Raw is coming up closely to NXT as NXT is ahead 8 to Raw's 6 to SmackDown's 2. Tony, open up Le Book.
Le Book is open. Why we went French there?
And all hours is on.
All right, so those that are new to the show, basically what we do is we put the most ridiculous things in this book that happens in the week of wrestling, and then we still talk about it. Why? Because sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's just ridiculous, or
just annoying.
It's just annoying. So we put it in the book to remind ourselves why it's annoying. Okay? Damn.
Some people would call that masochist, but you know what? That's what we do.
You know what? And if you don't like it,
we got 2 words for you.
We still tune in. I mean, you know. Wait, what's the 2 words?
Tune in.
Tune in. Yeah. All right. So we ready?
Yes, sir.
Shane's damn ego times 8.
Oh, stays.
Matt Riddle's chanclas.
Stays.
Lafayette, Louisiana crowd. When the fuck are they gonna go back? Kofi's mic privileges times 3.
Stays.
God awful. Kofi's 11 years stays. Mrs. Daddy issues. He hasn't talked about it in a while.
Yeah. Well, we'll change it to family issues.
All right. You know what? We'll change it. We'll change it to family issues. That was a nasty burp, by the way.
How'd it
I
taste?
almost threw up. It tastes like coffee. Not Kofi. Coffee.
Hey, yo.
All right. So it's changed to Mrs. Family Issues. All right. Kofi's armpit tatas.
That stays.
Definitely stays. All right. New Day's fucking pancake stays. Kofi's crooked middle finger. You know what? I still want to keep it there because I don't think he's done with it. Nicole Cross.
She has to stay because we don't see Nikki yet. It's still
Yeah, that's true. Bailey's badonkadonk.
Oh, that stays.
Speaking
of which,
what?
Did you know that Bailey has a sister?
You mean sister or sister?
No, sister. And everybody's going crazy on the internet for her.
Oh, really?
Yes, really.
Why? She got a
apparently
badonkadonk
she's the better looking of the sisters.
Get the fuck out of here!
There's a better Bailey.
A better Bailey? Should we put that in the book? Do we dare? I gotta see a picture. What's her name?
Bailey's sister.
Okay, we'll call it Bailey. All right. Yeah, definitely we gotta check it out. We'll post it on our page, and you guys tell us what you think. All right. 2 out of 3 falls ain't bad. By Meatloaf. Elio.
It's terrible. It stays.
Terrible. Colt Cabana's broke ass again.
He's still broke.
No, he's broke. He's got no podcast. Good for your ass. I hate you. Lacey Evans, Veggie Wedgie. We haven't seen her, so we'll keep it.
Yeah.
Now, Matt Novak's Boston Love.
Wow,
he did
man.
post it on our page.
He did.
So we take him out. I mean,
Yes.
plus the president put on there, too.
Yes.
That he wasn't there somebody? I think Ant Liberated posted something on our page, too, didn't he?
Yeah, Ant Liberated talking about how AEW is going to be in DC, his hometown.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's something that they need to cover on Wrestling POV Global.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Every Wednesday on iTunes, YouTube, Podbean, and Spotify, and iHeartRadio for free.
But wasn't there something else, too, or no?
No, that's it.
That's it? Nobody else posted shit?
Nope.
Anyway, so yeah, Matt Novak posted a picture of himself with a Yankee jersey. He didn't have it on though. He just pointed at it. Motherfucker. Trying to be slick. You might have gotten the president, but you didn't get me. Son of a bitch.
Let's
All
go
right,
Mets.
so he's off. What'd you say?
Let's go Mets.
If they ever make it out of last place. All right, so and back in the book, Natalia's stinky promo.
Ugh.
Definitely
So
stays.
bad.
Definitely stays. All right, so I guess that's the end of the show, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're done. Talked long enough. Jesus. I don't know how you guys deal with our shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, but we love you guys.
Yeah.
I think.
Almost.
Yeah,
everything.
sure, why not? It's Saturday. Got nothing but love. With that being said, I guess that's it. Before we close the show, normally what I do is I play a song off my phone, and it's I have Jesus, man, I lost count after 100 trillion songs, all wrestling related, and all you guys got to do is beat the Wrestling POV crew first. And be honest with yourself. Don't cheat and say, yeah, I get it all the time. Because no, you don't. I know you don't. And Rick's been on a roll lately.
Butter.
Well, so, all right. With that being said, I am your host, Tony Diaz, along with
Rick Serrano the third.
and Mimi's off. And, of course, we're still missing Miguel, huh?
Wait, what the hell?
What?
Oh, hey guys, how are you?
What the fuck?
What the? Where?
You just walk in?
He just walked in like nothing. Where the hell have you been? What are you talking about? You haven't been here for like a month. You didn't get my message?
What?
What message?
What message?
Oh, so after the whole mix-up and when I lost my ticket, the Wrestling POV president, he got me a bus ticket, and I decided to go to Canada to see Elio and Tom, and TJ's a dickhead, and he tried to get me arrested, so I left, and then I said, you know what, I should go on vacation. So I called up the Wrestling POV president, President Donald, and he said that I could take a vacation. That's not...
What?
Donald who, Miguel? You know, Wrestling POV president, Donald Trump. That's not... It's not the president. He is the president, but he's not the president of Wrestling POV. So you've been on vacation. Where have you been? Oh, across the street. What? Do you know what's with all the messages on Twitter? What are you talking about? The messages about you being seen puppets and everything. Oh, see, my therapist, he told me every time I have a bad dream to write it down. You're supposed to write those things down in like a private journal, not on a public forum like Twitter. Yo, you know what?
Oh,
Listen,
my God.
I'm not even mad. Because you know what? Now you can take my place next week because I'm not
There
going to
you
be here because I'm going on vacation. Oh, so am I.
What?
No, you're not. Yeah, and Mimi texted me. She says she bought me a ticket to go to Spain with you.
Oh, my God.
No. No. No.
Good luck.
No.
Love,
No.
peace, and wrestling. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace out.
All right, gather yourself together. You ready?
Yes.
Wait, what the fuck is this?
Wait, is that Jillian chick?
Huh?
Is that Jillian? Not Jillian.
No.
What's her name?
That's Alanis Morissette.
Oh my God.
What is she doing on my list?
This is Wrestling POV Global.
Right? Hold on, wait a minute. That's gotta go. No, that's not wrestling
garbage.
related. All right, you ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Jesus. Oh my God.
The Lucha House Party?
Wow.
So what have you guys been up to? Doing your job. But you miss me, right? Guys?
No.
Did you guys miss me? Come on, guys. Don't be... Mr. Tony, come back. You don't have to stick up that finger at me. Mr. Rick, come on. We're going to Spain. España. Don't be mad. We're going to be together forever. Wrestling POV Podcast. Adios.